hate, as you well know. And there were all these conferences, and as you well know, everyone really Albanians were true victims at this time, as you well know, because simply because they didn't have anyone to protect their interests. You know that you tried to divide Albania between you and Greece, and you know that there was some ethnic cleansing at this time, beginning of the century. It was all kinds of really nasty things and really bad things, and I really think that we should discuss that too, because I really believe that Kosovo has everything to do with that. Because well, and then there were these Balkan wars and everything, and I'm not really informed on exactly what happened. If you want to inform me, please do. But anyway, I really believe that here lies the the big problem, that the division of land was not done according to justice, but according to who had the biggest protector and who had more power. It would be impossible to be otherwise, but it could have been a little more fair or a little less brutal. I don't know. Anyway, so then we had the Second World War, and then we had communist rule. And you all were communists, you know, and uh, Albania ended up being protected by China. I think it says it all. Really, like, you tried to convince me that Albanians are so mean and they have this gigantic propaganda machine and they kill everyone. And you know, I look at Albania and I see this 75% mountainous country, the least developed in the Balkans, the country who had to turn to China to protect itself. And I don't know, I have big problems seeing them as the villains. But well, anyway. So you had Yugoslavia, and I really don't understand why it didn't work out. I haven't read enough on the issue. Most authors say, "Oh, it didn't work out because of ethnicity," and it's ridiculous, you know. Because I'm sorry, it's really ridiculous. Because things do not work or not work out or not work just because of ethnicity. Ethnicity evolves and takes the grand plan when things don't work out. I don't know if you get what I mean. Identities are social constructions who are always changing. So I really think you should all be working very hard on understanding why couldn't people unite? Why didn't it work like Italy and Germany? Why didn't it work? It's not whose fault was it? Because it's nobody's fault, you know. It's never nobody's fault. It's always beyond us all. But the truth is, well, it didn't work out. And the truth is that when it fell, it crumbled. Well, some really bad people took advantage of the situation, just like what happened in Germany. And I'm really sorry. And you know, I know this could have happened in any country, and he could have came from anywhere in the Balkans, but Milosevic was Serbian, and what he did cannot be done, you know, and it just, you know, made the scars grow, and it just added up, and everyone feels victims of the Serbs, and we have to understand why. But anyway, I know I'm drifting. I'm really sorry. I'm tired. I've been studying. My first day of vacations. I haven't really prepared anything. Anyway. So the point is, Kosovo was one of the parts of the country that really suffered with Milosevic, and well, from what I hear from before, even with Yugoslavian rule. From what I hear, I'm not saying that it's the truth. I'm not saying that all the others didn't suffer too. But well, Kosovo suffered very much with Milosevic because I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this, but as you well know, every single Christian Orthodox in the Balkans associates Albanians just because they are Muslim and they are all secular, as you well know. They associate them with Ottoman rule, which you didn't like that much, of course. But well, you can't do that. You really can't do that. You have to. Everyone has to see everyone as equals. And so, well, from what I hear, but I have no problem believing that. From what I hear, Albanians suffered a great deal even under Yugoslavian rule. In addition of what they suffered in the beginning of the century when the partition of land was made, and they were fairly victimized, as you well know, and you cannot deny this. So we come to today, and I hope I'm making myself clear. Why don't you mention, all this? Why don't you worry about understanding the underlying dynamics? Why is there hostility? Why can't people just get along? And what is wrong? What went wrong? What happened? Really, it's very important. Because, well, yes, it is a fact that, everyone suffered with Milosevic. And really, I'm sorry, if Macedonia is independent, Croatia, Slovenia, Kosovo, the 19% Albanian Kosovo, and Albanians have big historical problems with Serbians, Kosovo must be independent. Because it's Albanian, and because it's not even because it's Albanian, it's because it's Albanian and it had great problems with Serbia. And these problems they're not from the Second World War or the First World War or not even the beginning of the century. These problems come from 1,000 years ago. No, not 1,000 years ago, but 900 years ago. So yes, 1,000 years ago. So really, they must be independent. I'm really sorry, and you don't mention this. And well, another issue is that, well, as you say, well, I don't really know what the KLA is, and I have no problem believing that they are very bad people, and I have no problem believing that Serbians, Kosovar Serbians are being mistreated and great injustice are being done. And the UN is composed by a bunch of morons. I have no problem believing that. But I really think you should be worrying about discussing what can we do to change that. What can we do to protect Serbian Kosovars? What can we do to make Kosovo independent so they can be sanctioned for their acts and take responsibility for their acts? How to make things better, bringing Kosovo back to Serbia when 90% of Kosovars don't want to be Serbians. I'm sorry, it's just no solution, and if Albanians today are terrorists and they are doing all kinds of nasty things, okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about why they are doing that and what is happening in Albania today and what are the problems with the Albanian state. And what can we do to help it? And what can we do to protect Serbian Kosovars? And what can we do to bring peace? So you all can come in the EU. Because, we're waiting for you, like, come on, my brothers, we are all Europeans. I look at the publicity films from Serbia, Croatia, or Albania, and I'm like, Jesus, these guys, come on, we are exactly equal. We are so close. We are brothers. So, well, I'm really sorry if I rambled a lot. I'm really sorry if I drifted away, but I really hope that you get the point, and I really hope that some discussions were started. I doubt so, but I really hope so because, well, and I'm speaking as a Portuguese, as an outsider, trying to understand what's going on because it's really important. And if I did any mistakes, please correct me. And All the best to you all. Serbia in the EU, Albania in the EU, Croatia, Slovenia. Well, Croatia, Slovenia, they're already in. But, everyone in the EU, you are more than welcome. And have a nice day. Nice.